All right, what up, y'all? It's your man Sam Ant here at Viral Hip Hop News. Do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that notification bell, and subscribe to the brand Viral Hip Hop News. We're gonna talk a little bit about Charlamagne. He has a new film company, and his first movie will star Jonathan Majors. We're going to get into it, but before we do, quick word from our sponsor. Want a live interview with Viral Hip Hop News? Email me, Sam Ant at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Let's go. You heard the man. dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. If you're an artist, an entrepreneur, if you want to promote your brand, your music, whatever you have, here live on Viral Hip Hop News and be interviewed by me, Sam Ant, hit me up. dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Again, dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Charlamagne has started his own film company with John Wick writer. Going to talk about it. I thought it was dope, and I want to talk about it, get a little bit more information to you guys, and then give you my thoughts. This is courtesy of Variety. They put this article out a couple days ago. The title, obviously, Charlamagne Tha God, John Wick producer Basil Iwanyk. His new company, Southland Stories, sets Jonathan Majors' film True That as first project. Charlamagne Tha God and John Wick producer Basil Iwanyk are teaming up to launch Southland Stories, a production company that focuses on Southern voices. Their first project as producers will be True That, or True Threat, my bad, I'm saying True That, True Threat, my fault, a revenge thriller starring Jonathan Majors. Now, True Threat is scheduled to begin production this summer. It's one of several films in the pipeline as Southland Story starts to ramp up its output. Directed and written by Gerard McMurray and produced by Alexis Garcia of Cat5, True Threat follows a special forces operative out for vengeance after his teenage son is killed by gang members. The movie is among Major's first roles since he was convicted in 2003. We all remember the story. Now, films like True Threat are exactly why we created Southland Stories. Charlamagne says it's vital to show that Black creators can thrive across all genres. Gerald McMurray and Jonathan Majors are extremely talented individuals. Films from Southland Stories will span all genres and focus on real-life tales as well as scripted narratives. Charlamagne, a radio host and entrepreneur, Ewok's co-founder of Thunder Road Pictures and Asbury Park Pictures, along with producer Karen Kinney, said the joint venture of Southland Stories was founded to spotlight bold, authentic stories often overlooked by mainstream media. As Variety first reported in March, Charlamagne launched his first production company with Ewok because he feels the life and culture of American South has been overshadowed by urbanity in pop culture. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. Please correct me if I am, because I want to get that right. I feel like we live in a country that's focused on a lot of the same stories. He said a cover story coming from where I come from. I've always felt like we didn't have people to amplify our voices, amplify our stories the way the New Yorks did and the Los Angeles did. It's coming from Charlamagne Tha God. I'm going to also play a clip of Charlamagne speaking on it on the Breakfast Club. I'm going to get that loaded up right now, and then I will give my thoughts on it. All right, I got that John queued up. I like to see me too, but it's all right. It's all good. All right, let's hear it.
Have so much that needs to be discovered.
Yeah, stories from the South, Black folklore, Black mythology. There's a lot of different things that Hollywood has not seen. I feel like all the original IP that Hollywood is missing is going to, come from the South. It's going to come from Black mythology. It's going to come from Black folklore.
Well, speaking of other, Black.
Have you ever heard of? I don't want to give away too much, but you'll see when the movie comes out.
Give us a little something. You gave them an exclusive.
All right, I'm going to keep it at that. Let's get that up out of there. Stunt like my daddy and all that. I'm not trying to get kicked for copywriting. But all right, so Charlamagne Tha God starting his own production company. First and foremost, this is dope, right? Jonathan Majors is a extremely talented actor. Probably one of the most talented actors we've seen in a very long time. Obviously, he went through what he went through. I'm not here to argue whether he's guilty or innocent. Some of the interviews he's done in the past have been a little strange. That being said, this dude is a phenomenal talent, phenomenal actor. He deserves to have his work shown and displayed on movie screens, TV screens for us to watch and enjoy. because he is that talented of an actor. And I salute the people in charge of Southland Southland Productions. I forgot my brother's name. Let me make sure I get that right. It's where we at? Basil Iwanyk from John Wick, and obviously Charlamagne. I'm glad that they go ahead and start a production company. Let me say this though. This kind of reminds me of when Charlamagne started the Black Effect, the podcast company that was centered around Black creatives, independent Black creatives who wanted to give a platform and a voice to that weren't typically often heard. And I don't know if you guys know, but we were kind of in the thick of things when that first came out, and it wasn't exactly what it was projected to be. Now, I'll say that in saying when it comes to this production company, in this article or Charlamagne speaking, he never came out and said, hey, this is a platform for independent creatives. This is a platform for young independent artists, independent actors that are out here doing their thing. I want to give you an opportunity. Out of fairness to him, that's not what he said. So I'm not expecting him to go ahead and do that. It would be nice to give young Black actors in the game that are working independent scene. I'm not talking about actors that don't have their shit together, that don't have their actors access, their casting networks, their IMDb taken care of, their headshots right, their clips. I'm not talking about actors that are just out here saying, oh, I want to act and don't have their ducks in order. I'm talking about actors that are doing the work, taking care of the business, going to acting school, making sure they hit the pavement in independent films, short films, creating clips, creating a reel, creating work, have an IMDb, have their ducks in order. Will they also get an opportunity? See, I'm an actor, right? And I'm not out here promoting and pitching myself, but I know what it takes to, and I know what has to go into being a successful actor, and it's a lot, and it's tough, and it's not easy, and there's a lot of factors that go into it outside of your talent and outside of your skill. It's also opportunity and doors that have to be open that are involved. And I'm curious to see if Charlamagne Tha God will extend his production company out to independence, or will we just see the status quo like a Jonathan Majors, who's an absolutely phenomenal star and deserves to be in this film. I'm not saying that at all. He 100% deserves to be in this film. But what I'm saying is, will other artists have an opportunity to display their talents who aren't typically seen on the TV screen? Like you said, those stories aren't typically seen on or delivered in Hollywood or in mainstream media. I'm curious to see it. I salute it. Salute Charlamagne Tha God. Salute Basil Iwanyk. Salute Jonathan Majors. I'm sure that the movie's going to be dope. You know what I mean? Like I said, Jonathan Majors is a phenomenal actor, so I don't expect anything less. But y'all let me know in the comment section what you think about Charlamagne Tha God's new production company. Let me make sure I get that right one more time, too. Southland Stories, and the film True Threat, first major film coming out of the production company starring Jonathan Majors. Salute to him, man. If you know where auditions are, or if you're any open casting calls and you're an actor, please go out there and do it. If they're submitting self-tapes, if they're accepting self-tapes, drop them. Try to get your work in there, man. I think this is a great opportunity. Like I said, I don't know how open the door is for opportunity for independence, or if he has somebody kind of predisposed that they have already kind of in mind that they're going to set these characters for. But excited to see what's coming down the way for the company, and excited to see what's coming down the way for actors receiving opportunity from said company. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Again, if you are interested in an artist spotlight with me, please email me, dlsmediainc1@gmail.com, to see how you can do so. Appreciate y'all. Till next time, till next story. Hey, one more thing. I got my own podcast, the Sam I Am Viral podcast, where I center around this very topic, all about my journey in acting. I get very transparent. I get very open. Unlike I do here on this platform. So if you want to check that out, I appreciate y'all for giving that a watch and a listen. You can find it on all major podcast networks. Until next time, till next story, Sam and CEO of the brand, Viral Hip Hop News. I love each and every one of y'all. Love yourselves. And I'm out of here, man. Deuce.